Welcome to Real World Blockchain. This is Gautier. I'm kidding. This is Niles. And we are missing our captain. I will be your skipper. Web3 enablers, Coinosaur. Here with Rebecca, our UX expert, and Zoe, our community connoisseur. Welcome all. Today we have some pretty exciting topics to cover. Rebecca, would you like to kick it off?
Sure. So, Bitcoin, also known as Bob, just raised $10 million. And they're rolling out their first Bitcoin Layer 2 network that's compatible with the Ethereum Virtual Machine. So, it's pretty cool. Pretty much is to be enabling Ethereum-style smart contracts on Bitcoin, which I think is super exciting. And ultimately, it would potentially create the opportunity for the two chains to talk to each other. I said this earlier, but I think having quite the year. What do you guys think?
I'm excited. I think that right now EVM is the gold standard. Everybody is building to this, and being able to just plug and play with other chains has been extremely valuable, and allowing Bitcoin to join this growing network is interesting. And this isn't something where they're spinning up another layer 2, but is bringing in the OG chain into the EVM world.
Yes, I agree. Exciting times ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've seen other
Definitely.
layer 2s with Bitcoin, right? We have the Lightning Network, but that was purely transactions. We have things like stacks, but they've introduced their own coins. Not 100% familiar with Bob, but it really seems like what they're trying to do is incorporate an entire new layer into what is being done with Bitcoin, which we haven't really seen since the Taproot integration. And from there, I think that we are all familiar with the Bitcoin nodals? Nodinals? And, they're building on it. They're trying. But having actual smart contracts and EVM compatibility is something that other people are really familiar with and might actually bring something in new that we just haven't seen before. Zoe, you have any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think it says something a lot about the collaborative nature of the ecosystems and their desire to really innovate together. And I know that we all share that here in this chat, so this is really exciting.
Yeah. And it is ordinals. I got it now. Zoe, just moving on. I know that you've also brought in something really, really interesting, related to some sort of crypto payment platform.
Yeah, so it's actually Zuro Finance has developed a DeFi-focused debit card. So very privacy focused in the sense that it allows users to bypass the need for KYC, which enhances privacy and also just really facilitates global access. And we'll see how exactly that plays out as far as what it means to have a debit card based on DeFi, and which parts of the world, which industry tends to adopt and accept it first is always an interesting study of a new DeFi innovation. So this is no exception. I'm excited to see where that goes.
Yeah, Rebecca, you got any thoughts?
I think it's great. I think it's another step towards merging decentralized finance with the everyday needs of traditional payments, the more we see companies kind of trying to implement that, and even just like seeing what's working for other companies and trying it is going to be like huge strides for the space. So I'm not as, I don't completely understand how they're doing it or what makes a difference, but news articles like this, you excited for just getting to mass adoption and all of us kind of being able to use it every single day. So kudos to them.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a really exciting development. We've seen other TradFi companies such as Coinbase also issue debit cards, but that is in the background a trade being done to U.S. dollars. At least if you're in the U.S. and you're paying for something such as a gallon of milk or a candy bar. And this really sounds like it is bridging the gap between self-custodial wallets and payments. And like I'm really excited to like see where this goes. So what I brought today is not as exciting as what you both brought, but I still think it's pretty interesting. And Google is now indexing Bitcoin addresses within their search. So a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, you were able to go and search Ethereum addresses, and it would show up in a little window on your like browser screen, just like if you were searching for train times or weather, it would have a little card. And now, if you go and search your own Ethereum address and now Bitcoin address, it shows what is happening there. And that, to me, tells that they are actually interested in taking notice of what is happening in the Web3 world and building towards that. So, I just thought, what do you think?
Do you guys remember in like 2016, maybe a little earlier, Google started kind of banning certain words like Google Ads and in their search. And so, it kind of put a lot of restrictions in the crypto space, right? Now, fast forward to today, look at how far we've come, right? And the more that the average person sees Ethereum and Bitcoin being adopted by companies they trust, like Google, right? They're a big company. Everybody knows Google. When you search something, everybody goes to Google to search. So the more that the average user can go to the places that they are used to going for information and seeing them adopt Ethereum, Bitcoin, talking about it, it's amazing. It's great for the space. It makes it more comfortable. It makes them feel like, demystifies it a little bit and makes it feel less scary to them. So I love that we've come such a long way from, controlling kind of the words being used and limiting the search of words like crypto to now being able to just like search for your website. I love that.
Yeah, and
Well said about transparency. And just, shows the importance. For example, you're able to search a domain, you're able to search for a website. So this, really verifies that Google has decided that these addresses are important and that crypto payments are important and that there's something worth searching for. And there's, still, the anonymity aspects still remain there. So that's not compromised. It really only is that benefit of visibility as far as, I can tell so far.
yeah, absolutely. And at the end of the day, like Google.com is a search engine. And this is now just another avenue of where can we search. First it was Web 1, Web 2, and now we're on to Web 3. And I think that like Rebecca brought up a beautiful point of trust, where now the layman is able to go and say, you know what, I already trust Google with my searches, and now I will trust them with what is going on blockchain because they trust blockchain.
Mhm.
And at some point, we will move into a trustless world where you don't need to trust anybody because we understand what's going on. But at this point, you know what? We're not there. And this is one large step that
Mhm.
the industry and these companies are able to do that I think is very interesting.
Yeah.
So from there, is there anything else either you'd like to add? Any thoughts?
Um, any thoughts? You know what? I think this is awesome to come together every week and get to talk about what's happening in the space. So that Gutierrez not here with us today, that it's always
Okay, because you won't do it, I will. Sprint Folio. Here's a plug. Straight from Niles. Okay? Look them up. They're great. Coming online with a new UX designing Sprint. Is that right?
yes, yes. When you go for launching, it's already live. People are already signing up. So if you are a junior designer who's looking for real project or portfolio, or if you want to sharpen your UX skills, come join us at Sprint Folio. We have 8 projects in AI, Web3, health tech, and we have about 4 to 5 more projects in Web3 coming on board in the next few days. So really excited, and yeah, reach out to me if you have questions. I'm on LinkedIn, Rebecca Kaplan.
Well, I'm excited.
It's so awesome what you're doing, Rebecca. Seriously,
Thank you.
I mean, mentorship in any space of tech is just so important. Getting those first projects under one's belt, getting credibility, and real world mentorship at the same time. Because too often we have to outsource that and have that separate from our pay. It still goes on our resume, but goes on our pay. And I've definitely experienced that back when I was just starting on tech. So that's yeah, no substitute for that, especially when everyone's new because it's emerging tech.
I like that's the beauty. That's the beauty. Everybody is on the same footing, right?
Yes, yes, exactly. Thank you, guys.
All right,
Appreciate it.
fantastic. All right, well, thank you all. This is Real World Blockchain, brought to you by Web3 Enabler, the first and only crypto payments platform on Salesforce. All right, thank you.